Hello, my friend. You reproached me for saying that people should strengthen their ego, saying rightly that there are already too many people with big egos in charge of the world, which is quite true. But all that is telling us is that only certain types of people develop their ego and push out into the world. That makes it all the more important that those of us who are meeker and kinder and more thoughtful and more careful and more modest, that those of us who are inclined to retreat into ourselves learn to speak up, let our voice be heard, let ourselves be seen, and not be afraid to stand out a little bit. I believe that if all people could equally develop their sense of comfort in their body, in their ego, in their self, and in their spirit, then we would have a much more balanced world. But right now, it tends to be so that certain people develop certain aspects and others develop others. So there are some that focus on the body and then get very dismayed where their body strength goes. Some focus on the ego and they want to lord it over other people because this isn't in balance with other aspects of themselves. Some evolve an inner self which becomes cut off and isolated because it isn't grounded in a bodily ego, and some develop a spiritual connection to what they imagine is above them, but for which again they have no grounding in their physical existence, in their social existence with a confident ego affirmation and interaction with other egos, and which isn't either mitigated by self-reflection in that intimate inner place of the self. So I would never favor one of those four over another. I think they're all important facets of being human, and all of them have many other components, of course. So body self can be about what you do to strengthen your body or to embellish your body, or it can be to make yourself healthier, or just to be more accepting of whatever your body is. And the ego can be many things too, and it is by no means the way in which people bully other people and lord it over them and domineer and dominate. That is just one form of having an ego. There are many other forms of having an ego. Being able to put yourself in a position from where you feel brave enough to interact with the public world around you, with the social world, in every sense of the word, then unless you have that, you are not going to be able to maintain yourself in the real world, i.e. the world in which you earn your keep and your living, and you have to get on with other people instead of being at war with them or use them and abuse them. So yes, it is important for all good, decent people to have enough ego strength and ego confidence to put themselves out there. That is as important as having confidence in your physical existence and enjoying certain ways of being in the world. whatever it is that makes you feel good in your body, like, walking or cycling or swimming or weightlifting or boxing or martial arts or sailing or whatever it is you do. But that's the same with the ego. Whatever it is that's going to allow you to have a confident voice, you should develop. You should develop some knowledge, some skill, something that allows you to be taken seriously in the world with other people. It is important. And to let that go and to believe that it's a bad thing and that it is only narcissistic people or domineering people that do that is quite wrong. The fact that they take up that territory often is the same as to say top swimmers who win at the Olympic Games are the only ones who can swim. It's just silly. Swimming is a hugely enjoyable sport or activity that is available to all of us. And just because some people are champions at it, so much so that it might be annoying, doesn't mean that it's a bad thing per se. So there we are. I've made my case for why it is important to develop your ego as much as to develop your body and yourself and your spirit. There's plenty more to say about it, but at least I've made a start. I hope it makes sense to you and you will realize that I'm not suggesting that you all become bullies. I'm suggesting that we have more strong people in the world who know how to make a case for something that is of value rather than something that is just selfish. Okay? Take care, my friend. Look after all these aspects of yourself because we need them all. And when they can work in harmony, it's even better.